And we are live, everybody. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another night of Diggin' Life. I'm Ambient Girl Nancy. As you can see, I am surrounded by some wonderful people here tonight, except for Joe. This side, right?
What was this side?
Wow.
Tonight.
Where's all the love at?
All right. So we are going to start off with a couple little things first here. First, I want to start off with one big thing. Happy birthday to Jason. Jason, North Jersey Detector, is in the live stream today. Today is his birthday, so make sure you take a moment and drop it in the chat and say happy birthday to Jason. We want to celebrate. I'm really happy he's here tonight for celebrating his birthday with us. Come on, that's pretty cool, everybody.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Jason.
Happy birthday, buddy.
So I want to apologize too for last week. I am sorry last week. Last week we were supposed to have the PA Relic Hunters come on with us. I came home from work and found that we were having a little bit of technical difficulties. We had an ice storm last week and we had some ice build up, I think, on the lines or the wires or something in the area. So my internet kept going on and off and it wasn't stable. And I really didn't want to take the chance and bring these guys onto a stream that I lost, that we would go out. So I'm really glad that Dave and Sean could come back this week.
We had the same ice storm, yep.
Yeah, Rich was supposed to be with us too. Unfortunately, Rich wasn't able to make it tonight. So Dave and Sean's going to make up for Rich, right, guys?
Let's hope so. We're going to have to, huh? We'll try. He's the talker.
Yes, we'll make you guys talk.
I bet.
Hi there. So I'm going to take a moment and let's see who's here. This chat is flying, guys.
Yeah, it is.
We've got a bunch of people in here. I see Andrew. Backyard Treasures, Kayla, thank you so much. Thank you for modding and helping me tonight. Bobby Pastor, Sice Detectin, Don Shook, hey, Dennis from DF Diggers here. Ezra's here, Easy Diggin. Frederick, thank you. Gabrielle, hi. Hi Ho Silver and High Energy. Hot Rocks Prospecting Prescott. Joe Copperhead, this way. Check out his green screen, guys.
Yeah, I figured I'd make it easy for everybody tonight.
Louisiana Dirt Diggers, thank you. Malaysia Metal Detector, good morning to you. Thank you for being here. Mark Thomas, always in the house. Thank you, Mark. Mark the Berg Hunter. Pennsylvania. These guys are from Pennsylvania too, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Mermaid Treasure Hunter. Hi, Cricket. Hello. Monk Cheetah's here. Jason, happy birthday. And thank you for being here tonight and modding for me tonight. Nugget Sugar Red is here. Old Dominion Detecting. Oldies and goodies. Hey, Al. It's so good to see you. I hope you're feeling better. We're sending you positive thoughts here. He's just come out of the hospital, so stay positive. Stay strong. Pro Metal Detector. Hi. Rick Jones. Rob Crest. Rusty Digger. Cheryl and Randy Combs. Stan Lads. Clint. Thank you so much for waking up to be here. He's over in the UK. They're like 5 hours ahead. Team Clambake. Hi, guys. The Detecting Show with Johnny O. Timmy Shaw. William Baker. Hi. And Alex from Russia. And the chat is moving, and I think I've missed somebody else. And
Hey guys, that's the show. We'll see you next time. Got a lot of people.
American Woodland Relics just popped in. Paul, hi. Kep Valley Darcy just popped in. See, they're all like popping in on me now. It's like straight up metal detecting tripwire. All right, guys, let's get this show going. I'm
We got
sorry.
our 5 minutes of fame in, so we're good. Huh?
What do you mean? Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to know. If nobody here doesn't know about you already, then they need to find out about you. I'm telling you. So, I have tonight, I just want to go over a few things with you guys, and I'd like to kind of start off with maybe you just introducing yourself, just saying your name, maybe how long you've been detecting, and then we'll go into a couple of little questions. And if anybody in the chat has any questions, please make sure that you do at Ambient Girl Digs or at Joe Setti. If that's what you're using tonight, Joe Copperhead. Just so one of us can see it. Like I said, the chat is flying, and I apologize if we miss your question, but we will try to get to them. Thank you so much, Kayla, for putting the links in too. So, Dave,
Yes.
hi.
Hi, Nance.
So, tell me, how long have you been detecting?
Well, you want me to do a little story about it, or
Yeah, I
I
would
can?
love
I
to.
can.
I would
Okay.
love to hear it.
Yeah, I might give it a little more time. About 2003, and it's about when I started, and why I started is uh, when I was at where I'm working at now. When I went into work, there was a guy that metal detected there, and he would bring in metal detecting magazines at the time. So I would sit there and look at the pictures and read through them and really get interested in it. And about every day or every other day, he would walk in with handfuls of old coins that he was at lunchtime digging and coming in.
Oh,
He would have barber dimes and Indians and fee nickels, and I'm looking at him like, and that just turned me on to it. And then I find out that the park that he's hunting at was like a mile from my house and right next to the high school I graduated at. So it was like real convenient, you know. And it got me hooked. Yeah, he took me down there, and I started with a bounty hunter from Walmart, you know.
nothing wrong. I think a lot of us
Yeah,
here
yeah, I
started
know.
with bounty hunters.
Plus, I had no clue, you know. So I had that for like 2 weeks, but you know how it makes so much noise, every little bing bing, you know. And it was just I wasn't finding nothing but bottle caps, and he was finding all the old coins, you know. And then from there, I think 2 weeks later, I bought a White's XLT, and I
Oh,
really
okay,
liked that.
whites.
I started finding some nice stuff with that, you know. I had that for a while, and then I went on to when White's come out with the Vision. If you remember the Vision, it was the first colored screen.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, what happened was they they had some kind of copyright infringement on it, so the name didn't last long. They had to change it to the White's V3i.
Okay.
If you remember hearing that one, yeah. So yeah, they did that, and I used that for maybe a year or two, and I ended up trading that to a guy online for an E-track. That's when I got into Mine Lab, and I had the E-track, used that for probably 10 years, and I still got that one until just the end of September when I went over to the Mine Lab Equinox 800. So, I still got those two, and now I'm trying to learn that because I've only had it a couple months, you know.
Yeah.
But
There's a learning curve with those mind labs. I'm still. I mean, I got mine last year, and I'm still trying to learn it.
yeah, because the numbers are a little different than the E-track numbers, you know. They don't go up as high
A lot
as
different.
that,
Yeah.
you know. But it's got a lot more faster processing, and just everything that come out is better in these newer detectors, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm not one to go out and buy the newest detector every time, you know. They just cost too
I
much money
I
anymore, you
can
know.
vouch for that. Didn't you have duct tape on your last detector?
Hey, it still works. If duct tape or gorilla glue can hold it together, it still works.
That's right. That's right. As long as it's fine stuff.
That's
That's
right.
true.
But that's my story about it. So
So, what about you, Sean? What did you start then, or are you fairly new to this, or let's hear your story?
No, I'm not super new. My story isn't as exciting as Dave's.
where are you gonna
I,
make it?
I started with the Ace 250, which didn't last very long. The Garrett Ace 250. I think I might have had it for a month or two. And of course, you know how I don't know if anybody has those, but you know how the tone sound. It's pretty simple. So you know,
Yeah.
I like the Garrett machines. They're the warranty. I've got the good warranty stuff like that. So I upgraded the AT Pro,
There's nothing
and
wrong with it.
I love the AT Pro, and I used that for probably 3.5, 4 years, and then I finally upgraded to Equinox 800. but I only have one. I only have one hunt with that in so far.
Okay.
So I'd total about 4.5 years that I've been detecting.
So only 4.5 years.
Only, yeah.
Yeah, only. You've got some good
Why
finds
is
for
that?
that 4.5 years.
Absolutely. Well, see, what happens is you finally learn what the tones sound like on a machine. You learn how it talks to you, and then it's time to
Yep.
upgrade to something else, and you got to relearn it all over again.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's,
I
see, that's the
agree.
thing.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
hate relearning a new machine. If somebody comes out with a friend comes out with a machine here, you want to try it? I'm like, no, I don't. I want to stick with what I got. I don't want to learn something new.
Yeah, I
Oh,
thank you. I thank you for the
yeah.
Equinox 800 push. That's how
It's,
I ended up with it.
it's not a bad machine. I mean, come on. I mean, I went from literally, I got bitten hard, and I went from the Bounty Hunter Tracker 4 to
Yeah.
after 3 weeks, I went straight into buying an AT Max.
Did
It
you?
was like
Didn't
I wanted,
last long either, huh?
and the AT Max lasted me a year, and I was like, everybody I was detecting with had Equinox, and they were pulling silvers and silvers and silvers and this and that, and I was like, I'm still trying to learn. I liked the Max, I really do. I love Garrett products.
Yep.
I think they're great. I kind of probably wish that I went for the AT Pro instead of the Max, but that was just at the time I thought Max was probably better than Pro, but I should have got the Pro. But the Equinox, I'm happy that I got the Equinox. I really am. It's a completely different type of machine to learn, and I'm still learning it.
How long
But
have you had yours then?
I've only had my Equinox for a year now,
No, longer.
and
than that, but-
so
You ought to know
Yeah.
the tones.
yeah.
by now.
Well, COVID hit, so I didn't get to use it as much. It's like I got it for Christmas, and then COVID hit, and it was kind of like. My detecting days went from every weekend to all right. I don't think I'm going to be able to get out.
See, yeah, when we get into discussing that, we didn't have any problem there. You know?
Yeah.
Like now, you say you do mostly fields and woods. Now, what are you setting yours up into? Field mode then?
I mostly use I'm Park 2 and Field 2 are my two favorites.
Okay.
Mostly
But-
everybody else that detects with me prefers
Yeah.
Park 1 and Field 1.
I only use Park 1. I don't like that field, the different sounds to it and that. Yeah.
See, I do
Yeah.
for my hearing.
What do you like, Joe?
I usually do part 2.
Park 2? Okay. That's just setting up different settings in there.
It's
With
the
that,
tones.
Is it?
Yep.
Now you use all just 5 tones?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I can't do 50. I'll throw that thing across.
I know.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly. I know. I would. When I like the Equinox because you could do 2-tone Ferris, and that was great.
Yeah.
You know.
Actually, a lot of people
We-
hunt two-tone. A lot
Yeah.
of people do.
Well,
Yeah,
that's what
in the chat, I'm seeing people say Park 2, Park 1, Beach 1,
yeah.
Beach 2.
Yeah.
It's up to your ears, man. That's pretty much what it goes down to.
I'm good. But yeah, I'd go on one of these Equinox forums, the Facebook ones, and I'd ask them a question about hunting in 2-tone Ferris with an Equinox, like using the E-track, and they look at you like weird, like why would you do that? You know?
Even the beach I hunt part 2.
Yeah. I've tried ones, but I always just stick it in Park 1 and grind balance it and
It's
your
gonna be
machine,
what-
right?
noise
Yeah.
cancel it and
That's the thing. It's your machine. You got to learn to set it to what you like.
put the sensitivity up as high as you can and
Yes.
just figure out the rest of it from there. Huh?
I said you'll be digging a whole lot of holes.
Yeah.
With the sensitivity up.
Yeah. Keep mine
Definitely.
up. Me too.
Hey, yeah.
But everybody's different. Everybody's different. Whatever you're
All,
comfortable.
all
There is
depends
no
on where
rule.
you're hunting.
Exactly.
And that's the thing. It's like you can be with a group of people and everyone is going to be in a different field mode or park mode.
Yeah.
And it's what they're comfortable is. And you're still going to hit the targets.
What's up, Manly Man?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey there. So I want to know this history is how did you guys get all together? Because,
Well, that's what we were waiting for that question. Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
Here you go, Sean. There's your question.
Look at that. He hands it right over to you, Sean. Come on,
Yeah,
Sean.
hands it right over.
You can tell the story.
we were discussing this ahead of time, which questions he gets the answer.
Oh,
Well,
see, I could have gave you a list of questions, or you could have told me what you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I guess he handed it to me because I was the original guy, and I made one
Right.
video. One video. I mean, it was a terrible video too.
What, you got a crotobell in that video, right? Was
I
that the
think I
video
did,
with the big
actually,
crotobell? Yeah, that's a
was
good
in my-
video.
It was in my sister's backyard, is where I found it actually.
Jeez.
So I don't know. I just had this crazy idea. I'm like, I'm gonna start filming my hunts because I've watched other people on YouTube. You know, I'm like, you get to film your hunts. You have record of everything you find. So I just started filming, and then I get this random message on Facebook from Rich. Hey, buddy, what's going on? I'm like, hey.
Rich.
Is Rich? I don't know if Rich is on here or
I don't
not.
know, but I hope so.
Anyways, he sent me a message on Facebook, and I'm like, oh, hey, what's going on? I'm like a little leery, you know. He's like, you're from Western Pennsylvania. I am too. And I'm like, oh yeah, where you at? He's like, oh, I'm down around Pittsburgh. I said, well, I'm a little bit farther northeast of you. But he's like,
Sean lives an hour away from us.
yeah, about an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's like, maybe we can meet up sometime and hunt together. I'm like, yeah, that'll work. So we actually, I think it's the next permission or whatever you want to say we had was down in Pittsburgh with Rich. If I remember right, I don't know. It was like 40 episodes ago. So we met up down there and we put a video together. And I was still editing the videos at this point, which I'm terrible at, I admit.
Same
But,
here. I know your pain.
yeah. So I think it was after that hunt, Rich was like, hey, Dave, did you message Rich?
Yeah. Well, that's when the COVID started in April.
Yeah,
and
which
I
was
messaged
kinda-
him, and I was kind of leery. I didn't know if he wanted to get together, so I was like, well, when this starts going down, subsiding a little bit or whatever, we'll get together. But that's meantime, Sean and Rich were still going out a couple times before I even got together with them.
Yeah, that's you got a hold of Rich, and then Rich told me about you. And then he said something about you having a permission. I'm like, yeah, he see if I can go along. And you were like, yeah, he can come. So then that was like our first meeting, all three of us together. And then after that, it just clicked. All three of us clicked together.
You have
Yes.
a great group there. You really do.
Yeah, we all mesh well.
You really do.
Rich only lives a mile away from me, so it was really convenient for us. And
Yeah, sometimes I get left in the dark.
I'm the same way.
But
Yeah.
But yeah, Sean started the YouTube filming channel, and then you did the put together. We got a Facebook page too.
Yeah, that's how.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to
uploaded-
say, I did not know you had, I did not
See,
realize
I know.
you had a Facebook page until
Well,
just this,
You
past
can
few
let
days.
everybody know about that one. Yeah.
We do. I think we actually have a
Oh.
link for your Facebook. It's
Oh,
it's called
That's awesome.
Relic Hunters Nation, right?
Well,
Is that what it's called?
We have our personal page.
Oh,
Personal
okay.
page, but PA Relic Hunters page, and then we have the Relic Hunters Nation, which is everybody combined together. You know what I mean?
Okay, perfect.
Links
That was the one I just came across, was the Relic
Yeah.
Hunter
Oh.
Nations, and I was like, I didn't know this was yours.
Yeah. The difference between the two is the PA Relic Hunter page. Not everybody can post to it.
Okay.
Only we can post to that page. But the Relic Hunters Nation, anybody and their brother can post anything they want.
That's
So
a
that's
good
the
way to have it.
difference
Yep. hmm I don't do a lot of Facebook, and I really
No,
probably
no.
should, and that's why I was kind of like, oh, I was surprised to see that.
yeah. We got 1,100 members in there already, and it's not even a year old yet.
Yeah, something
Awesome.
like that.
Same with our YouTube channel. It's only
Yeah.
going to be a year in April, and we're
Almost to 1,000.
Yeah, I was
well,
going to
almost at
say.
900. We're maybe 12 away from
Oh,
900 right
yeah.
now.
You'll be at your 1,000 anytime soon now, I'll tell you that. I mean, the way that you've been putting out some really great videos, there's more videos coming, and you've only been doing it, I think, as you said, for 9 months or something.
Not even a full year yet.
The end of April.
Yeah, it was about the end of April, I think, last
Yeah,
year when it
but
started.
we're like everybody else with this weather. We have one hunt video left. That's it. And from there, we're hoping to get out this weekend because it's supposed to warm up.
Yeah.
so we can start doing more filming again. Everybody seems to be running out of videos that's, in the same scenario we are.
Well,
Nancy
you
boyfriend in the chat.
But you, Joe, do you have videos left or?
I get to detect year round here. I'm really fortunate in New Hampshire,
Really?
especially because I'm a woods hunter.
Yeah.
We go into the woods. You just got like that much of frost, and then the rest of it's like butter. It's soft.
Yeah. The
Really?
woods, all the leaves help. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean,
Help out, so
I prefer to hunt the woods over the fields. Probably more so because I don't have as many field permissions, and the woods where I live, I'm surrounded everywhere by woods around here. So it's a lot easier to you're allowed to detect on all these properties here. But that was the other thing. You guys get some really great
Yeah, you can
permissions.
tell.
How do you get all these? You get a lot of home permissions.
You should have the same old houses up where you're at, right?
I
should be some
do,
houses
but
up there.
Joe should have, and yeah, you just got to find them, and you get out there, tell them, get out there and door knock, huh? Tell
So
them how you do it there, Sean.
out of
yeah.
the three of you, is there one of you that does more of the, I don't know, I would say like the hunting for
part?
permissions or more of the research of places? Or is it just kind of an equal thing that you guys, let's just go here? I mean, you were coming
Well,
back from, you scored a permission coming back from, I think, an event or something one
Yes,
day.
we were
Coming up from Virginia.
Culpeper, Virginia.
Yeah.
We found a couple of bullets. This was one. It was down
cool.
in the they call it the ford. It's a little creek with bottled water that goes through the property. And there was one guy in there, and he pulled out over 100 of those bullets out of that
Out of
one
the stream.
spot in 2 days. So everybody was going around him like bottom feeding, But
Oh, I
he
saw
was
that. You guys they were in
Yeah.
waders and everything,
Yeah.
scooping up the pond.
He had so many bullets in his waders. It was weighing
Weighing
him
them
down, and the water was going in there. But he was
That's
inviting
crazy.
people. He was inviting everybody to come over at least to find a bullet. He was really nice. Yeah, we left there, and on the way back to Pittsburgh, we're like, Rich kept saying, I was pulling a pop-up camper. So we would drive past all these old houses where there's nowhere to pull over, and it was raining coming back. So like an hour and a half before we got back, we pulled off and went to this little town, and we seen this guy backing out of the driveway. We thought it was an old white church. And Rich jumps out and stops him, and he starts talking to him. And it ends up, it was not a church, but an old carriage stop. That his father owned this. So back in the 1800s, the carriages would come and park there, and the guy gave us permission. That's when Sean found your Stand and Liberty Taft over there. I found a barbacoa. Oh, there you go.
There
Found
it
a
is. I have it ready.
barbacoa there. Found a barbacoa there. Found a couple other silvers. And then this guy's nice, and he takes us across the street to another old house, talks to that guy, gets us that permission. So we were only there a couple hours because it was all getting late. We ended up going back here
we ended
another
up going
couple of
back.
weeks. And this guy he wasn't married, but he spent the whole day with us, getting us places and just
my
going with
gosh.
us. And took us back to his house at the end, which we found more coins, and he's a really nice guy.
Yeah, he was actually doing the legwork for us, making phone calls.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was like, "Follow me. I know where to go."
That's a town you want to go back to
does
that
that?
town.
Who does that? I know.
Your wife
that-
might one of those.
I think that was somebody who always wanted to metal detect and never got a chance, so he was living through you guys.
I think didn't he belong to the historical society in that
Yeah, he
area or
belonged
something?
to-
Oh,
Yes.
there you go.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
he knew
so he-
everything about where everything was at.
Yeah.
So there's a question in the chat.
Uh-oh.
Okay, there's a question from Dirty Deeds Metal Detectant. They want to know, when you ask permissions, do you come with information about the property, or you just go straight up? The person doesn't want to seem desperate, so I mean, do you try to learn a little bit about where you're going to door knock, or do you
Well,
just basically speak to them and say, this is what I do and this is what I want?
Up until recently, it was just driving around and looking at foundations on homes, and of course chimneys, tell a story about the home, stuff like that. and then we would just knock. But recently we do a little bit more research, get dates of when the house was built and stuff like that. So that would be information we could take with us. But normally we just door knock and
We dressed in our attire and
yeah, our nice attire, so they know
tell
we're
them our
legit.
names. And we've been doing this since last April with the COVID, and
Right.
we never had any problem with the people would come outside, talk to us, never said anything about a mask. They never wore a mask, so we were all, it must be okay, Everybody was fine with it.
But normally, like if you bring up, I always tell the homeowner like a beautiful house. Sometimes it's not a real beautiful house. Sometimes it's a pile of trash. You know what I mean? But I'm like, you have to be able to appreciate what it used to be.
That's the thing. That's
know
the
what I mean?
key word. What was there before that
Yeah.
house?
So I'm like, man, yeah, this house is beautiful. Like the age of it, like you know what I mean, and show that you're really interested in their home. That you know what I mean. And they'll spark up the conversation, oh, it was built here and over there was the outhouse or, most people are happy to tell you about the history of their property.
Yes. Well, you're in a very historical area too, where you guys detect. So you have a lot of the old homes and.
Well,
Not quite as much as Eastern PA, but.
Yeah, Pittsburgh is all, they tore down so much stuff, the old stuff down here, that it's hard to find original stuff still standing. That's why we tend to go up Sean's way where it's more rural and there's more old houses up there. There's some scattered down in the city. That's we do get some door knock permissions here and do pretty good on those. Like the one video, we were at the one guy's house. It was never detected, but we pulled out 24 silvers out of there in 2 days and a whole bunch of relics and stuff. So that was a good permission there. Yeah.
So that's another thing. That leads to another question then. So you're going into these people's homes, properties, and you're detecting. Are you sharing your finds with them to keep? Or do you offer your finds? Well, that's one of the biggest questions that people have is like.
You're right. And you know what? We go and the only thing we say is we'll show you everything we find, and
we usually say
they never ask. We want stuff. We want everything. Nobody's ever said we want everything, or
we usually let them know that if we find anything that any history in the ground that ties to the house or the family name, we'll give them. You know what I mean?
That don't happen too much.
Not very often, no.
No. The only place that really happened to is we were doing one permission that a guy on Facebook said that he had bought this old house and he was going to tear it down to build another house, and he said anybody's welcome to come up. So we went up there and started detecting, and while we were there, this car pulled up, and the guy got out and asked me if I was somebody else, and I was like, no. So I started talking to him, and he ended up right down the street. He owned a one-room schoolhouse that we seen coming in.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, oh, could we come down there and detect that? And he's like, nah, I don't think so, no. So he started talking for like at least another 10, 15 minutes. And before he left, he goes, come on down when you're done, I'll show you. So I was like, didn't think of anything. We're like, okay. Well, it rained, so we had to stop anyway. We went down there, knocked on it. He opened up the door, and it's not what you think. This thing is this guy was already probably in his 70s. So his dad had bought it years ago, and he made a little house out of it with the second floor and everything. He invited us in, and this place was beautiful.
Yeah, gave us a tour.
He actually had things from the old schoolhouse, like the paddle.
Oh, so there was things that he found in the house when they purchased it. That's cool.
He didn't have the original school bell, but he had one. And when you walked in the door, there was a big rope that came through the ceiling that you pulled on the rope and it rang the bell.
That's cool.
That is awesome.
That's in the one video that we did.
Oh.
And he let us detect there. And Rich found some really good. That's when he found 3 seated dimes that hunt, and one was a key date.
Yeah.
Nice.
And he ended up the only reason he did sell it because he wanted to fund when he bought his new Knox. and he got good money for that coin. So that's yeah. But the people were really nice, and the next time we went up, we made them a shadow box, and we put different coins and relics in there. We found, and he displays it in the schoolroom with the other stuff that he has in there. So that'll be there for.
That's a wonderful
you know?
keepsake.
Yeah.
See, I like that because you save the history of that place, that property there.
Yes,
the school. I mean,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. That is something that will probably end up going into the Historical Society to see.
Yeah, but that's really the only person that's ever asked us for much, you know.
Yeah, but that's something they're willing to give to that.
Yeah, we were, you know. Everybody else is just like interested in what was in the yard, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we'll give them something if they want it, you know, but they really don't ask for anything.
So out of the three of you, who is the most competitive?
Oh yeah, we gotta. Speaking of that,
I start getting mad.
We made this up right here. You probably can't see it real good.
Okay, it says finds list competition.
Finds list competition, right?
Oh my god, I love that idea.
Yep.
We figure we put this out there for other people interested, and there's two different sheets. The first one has all coins on it. Start with pennies, nickels, different dimes, different
wheat
quarters,
cents.
and halves.
Yeah, wheat
It goes
are under.
it goes from a large cent to a flying eagle to a fatty Indian head to Indian head. The shield nickels, Liberty, Buffalo, seated, barber dimes, mercs, seated quarters, standing Liberty, you know, and it goes on. And then the other one is a bunch of relics, which
So
is anything.
what do you win?
Well, the two losers have to give the winner something. And,
Losers, see?
And me and Sean were the two losers last year. And Rich
wins
beat
everything
us by a couple. Yeah, Rich wins everything. And Sean, you gave him a standing Liberty half.
Walking Liberty.
Right? Walking Liberty half.
Walking Liberty half.
And I didn't dig him that year, but I gave him a barber quarter and a barber dime because he had never had a barber. So, and it was ones that I had already that year, so I gave him that, and he was happy.
So is this done like on a monthly basis or?
No, this is through the whole year.
Through the whole year.
Yeah, through the whole year. And that's not the only contest we got.
Yeah, we started a new one this year.
We got the Wheat Penny. Fill the Wheat Penny book. Whoever can get the most dates. Last year it was whoever found the most Wheat Pennies, but this one you have to be able to
fill the dates.
Oh my god, I love this, guys.
Get that specific date in there, which makes it harder because everybody finds a bunch of 1940-something Wheat Pennies and they're always the same date. So.
You make it sound easy. I struggled to find Wheaties. It took me over a year to find one Wheatie.
Oh, really?
Oh my gosh!
I was pulling largies out of the ground like no problem.
Oh, really?
Wheaties couldn't find a stinking Wheaties. It became the joke in the chat about me not finding Wheaties.
Yeah,
and then I found a whole bunch one day. So.
And it's like the opposite for us. If we find, 2 or 3 larges in a year, we're like, wow, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We pull over. I got over like close to 300 Wheat Pennies last year. You know.
I think combined with all three of us, that 1 yard we got those Wheat Pennies. Didn't we find like 80 some?
Almost 100. It was like 90
100 Wheaties.
Everybody finds them but me.
Out of 1 yard. Out of 1 yard.
What is your white whale, Nancy, Joe?
My white whale I actually found just recently, and it was a crotobell. I've been wanting from the day one of Detectors.
Oh, you're gonna make her get
Oh gosh, listen to this. From day one, that's all I've ever wanted. Listen to that sound. I love it.
Good night, everybody.
And it's like every time I go detecting with my crew, we always go around and say, "What do you want to find today?" And
I know, I see that,
it's a crotobell. And they pulled crotobells out of the ground, and I couldn't. Yeah. And it was funny because Joe was going to Pennsylvania to go hunt with Charlie and the whole group of people. And so I said to Joe, find me a crotobell, please. So he went out with Charlie that morning, and that first morning, Charlie dug a crotobell. And he said, I'm going to give this to Nancy because Joe told him about the story with me and my Crotobel. No lie. They contacted me. They told me, Charlie said, I'm going to put this in the mail for you. And I said, that's going to be my lucky Crotobel. That's going to bring me luck. The very next day, I went out detecting with my crew. The lasted 15 minutes of my hunt, I said, I'm just going to go check this field over here. And I dug a Crotobel. And that's thanks to Charlie. Charlie is the reason why I found my Crotobel.
You got to take that with you.
Thanks, Charlie.
He did. And now, the funny thing is, though, my daughter, I just got my daughter into metal detecting with me.
Yeah, I heard that. Mm-hmm.
And we went out on Saturday. And we were just finding junk. You know, there's a lot of beer cans and stuff in the woods and things like that. And at the very end, we were just finishing digging. And I said, you know, let's head home. And she hit a target. And she started to dig it. And there was a root there. And she was kind of like, I can't get to this. And she's like, you know, can you just swing over this? I swung over it. And it was 1921. And I said, you want to dig that? That's a diggable sound. You want that. Mm-hmm. So I just kind of like put the shovel in a little bit to get past that root. And she's in there and she pulled out a Crotobel. Her very first Crotobel. And I'm like,
oh, wow.
Took me forever to get one.
See, that's
she
a problem
screamed.
with
She screamed so much. It was perfect.
That was Rich's dimensions too. Is he couldn't find the Crotobel, and his wife Jen was always like, I would always find him, and his wife Jen was always like, Rich, when you gonna bring me home? When you gonna bring me home a Crotobel like that? You know.
It's the perfect relic everybody wants.
That was another thing too. I would be like, what was I gonna say about? Like wood coin and relic is something that you find all the time, but you're still excited to find when you do find it now. You know what I mean? Like,
honestly, for me, it's buttons. I love to find buttons.
Buttons are awesome.
Buttons, because every button that you dig is different, and you don't know what it looks like until you really clean it off.
Yeah.
So
we don't find many buttons. To me, it's still finding that Crotobel. It's finding watch fobs.
Wow.
Getting excited yet? Things like the lead soldiers.
I would love to find a lead soldier.
One. Look at that.
I was going to say, show me some of your finds if you brought them along. I would love to see. Look at that. Look at the detail on the face still.
I know.
That's an awesome.
And the flag. Look at the flag.
Yeah.
Let me see. I'm going to see if I can make you. Hold on. There we go.
Oh, there you go. Yep.
Hold on. I got someone else who's going to join us too. So look at the detail on that. Hey, everybody, look who just joined us. We've got Rich.
He's in the dark.
His ears. He's in this car. I can see him.
Oh, he's in his car.
There we go.
Secret.
Hey guys. How is everyone?
It's great to see you.
Good.
I'm glad you could make it.
Yeah, I'm in my car, so.
You know what it was? Your ears were burning because the guys were talking about you.
We
We have to mention him, yeah.
Or it
All
could have
just
been
good
beard
stuff.
hair getting in the ears. I don't know. Who knows? So what's going on?
We're just hanging out here on a Monday night, telling our stories. You want to tell a little bit about how you got into detecting?
Sean made me do it.
It's Sean's fault.
Sean made me do it.
I got you. I got you into this.
I was like,
That
No,
needs
when
to
I
be
was
a
like
shirt.
12
That
years
needs
old.
to be a shirt in your store. Sean made me do it.
yeah. Sean made me do it. Now, when I was like 12 years old, my dad had a metal detector, and I don't even know where he got it. He was into gadgets. He fixed TVs and VCRs as a living when I was younger. So I don't know if he got it as a payment from someone or something. So I started using it. It was from Radio Shack, and I started actually detecting in the same park that Dave found out that I was digging in. As
I
a
told
kid,
you about
I found a nice silver buckle when I was a kid, and I've been hooked since. But I didn't detect for a really long time. So about 3 years ago, or about 2 years ago, I bought a detector. I bought the AT Max, and then I ended up now upgrading to the Equinox 800. So
Is that Equinox again?
Yeah.
All three of us.
Everybody
know.
jumps.
it was me and Dave were both saying it.
Yeah.
We were going down to Virginia for a Civil War hunt, and we didn't want to bring our we just knew that the AT Maxes and stuff weren't going to be really good in that mineralized soil. So we decided that we were going to splurge at that time to get the Equinox 800s.
That's a great excuse. I got to try that.
I like
It works.
that. I like it.
It
It worked.
It works. Whenever you
And
want
then,
to
and
do
then
it.
Sean just got really, really jealous. So he just get tired of us getting all the good stuff. And
Yeah.
Felt like I was being
so
left in
I
the
gotta get
dust.
one of those. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's my story. Not really all that great, but you know.
It's better than
It's there.
Sean's.
Yeah, it's better than mine.
So they were talking about the competition between the three of you.
Oh yeah, I win it every year. Well, last year I won it.
So you can always win every year when we've only had it 1 year.
Yeah.
we told him you can't win twice in a row either. So
He's
in a
kicked
row,
out.
yeah,
It's in a small print.
yeah.
Yeah, so I think I got 26 on the list so far, so
Oh.
It's more or less.
something like that. Yeah, I know. I upped them. You know, it's a fun list because, and then we posted it on our Facebook page for other people to do it because I figured it'd be early in the season. You know,
I think that's a great idea. I absolutely love that.
Awesome idea.
We're competitive without it too, you know. So
Yeah.
But
it's
it does
just- it's
boost it
fun.
a little bit. You know, we have a weedy thing. Last year we did a weedy count between the three of us, and Dave had, you know, we kept keeping count. We didn't really film them, but we definitely put them in. Like we just kept it as our own little thing. And
Right.
Dave just blew us out of the water. He kept, I don't know, what did you have, like 208 or something like that?
No, I know almost 300.
It doesn't sound like a lot, but
That's
you know.
insane.
Crazy.
But there
Yeah,
wasn't any.
I mean,
there wasn't
so
any
it's just-
prize.
it's just put in a jar.
Yeah, they didn't give me anything for all that hard work.
So
There's no
you're doing the penny book now though this time,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So he can't
Yeah,
use
we
any.
made a
He
little
can't
bit.
use any of those Wheaties he already has. Correct? You hear that,
No,
right?
no,
No
yeah.
cheating.
Whole new year. It's he'll you know, we'll catch up because I get the older pennies, and you know, I get the 1909. I've got like I think 4 1909s last year, which was a nice
Jeez, yeah.
one
And now-
1909 VDB, but no 1909 VDBS. So
Yeah.
That's all I said. Now I just find all
But-
the ones with the same dates or the ones I can't read the dates and put in the book. Yeah. That's what I like.
Rusty ones.
Yeah.
Get those cheaters.
well, if you can't read,
Yeah.
if you can't read the book, it goes in the heights. So
So when you're out on the field, then the three of you, you're out of permission, whether it's a house or wherever you may be. We know Sean's very competitive. Who's the goofball out of all of you?
Rich.
Yeah, the ones that's gonna rich.
You can tell by that smile. Look at that smile.
You just watch the videos when he does it,
Yeah.
and you can, you know.
Well, he's behind camera most of the time. That's the
But it's
thing.
still-
So he can get away with that. I've noticed. He's the one doing the filming.
It went quiet.
So we actually just had that discussion. Dave said, he goes, should I start filming, you know, with you guys? And I said, no, I kind of like it the way it is. I can be behind the camera, and I like filming it. And Sean films some things, and we switch on and off. And Dave's real witty, so he'll come up with stupid comments.
I just find the silver coin so you can film it, huh?
Yeah, that's it.
That's all.
So,
Although I'm the one who dances those.
I was just
Yeah.
gonna bring up the dancing. I was
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
say we've been posting the links here, and there is a current video of Sean doing a nice little dance,
Yep.
and he's danced in another few videos. I've noticed he's got the moves.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
got the moves. He's the dancer.
I'm
So you
taking classes.
definitely you have to check out his silver dance. You'll absolutely love it. It was great.
so about, I think it was like the maybe the sixth video. It was I was watching the beginning of this. I was actually trying to catch up, so I actually missed 15 minutes of the show because I was trying to catch up, and then I joined. So there's 15 minutes in between that I haven't seen yet. So I don't know.
Oh, that's when they were talking about you. You missed it all.
That was the whole good part right there.
Yep.
Right. So like the sixth video in, Sean said to me, he goes, "Hey, have you ever edited before?" I'm like, "No, why would I ever edit?" So then I started doing all the editing. And so when I do that, I had to highlight Sean's dance right at the very beginning because I figured that would probably be the first thing that people saw. It didn't even worry about what the coin was. They saw us dancing and they're like, "Oh, I got to watch this video."
Yeah.
And it worked. So, hey.
That's a perfect short to make too. The dance and to put the dance into a shorts.
Yeah, it was perfect. Oh, I should. Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, that will catch people. They'll want to see what he's dancing about.
Yeah, the Johnny Shuffle.
By the way, that video was just on last Sunday's Adventures in Dirt with DK.
Yeah, well,
That was
excellent.
featured. Yeah, part of that with Sean. Yeah, I never make it. We got on there twice, and the 2 times we got on there, I wasn't the one to find anything. It was Richard found the seat of dimes, and it was him. I never make it on. They never put my part in the clip, so I gotta.
Your turn is coming this year.
Step up my game here. Yeah.
He's not going to put Wheaties and Roosevelt dimes on.
ouch.
I know.
Ooh.
Yeah. Kick me when I'm down, Sean.
Yeah, I know. I'm good at that.
Yeah.
Oh, this will be your year. You'll do it.
It is funny. So when we do go out, it's such a competition. Sean gets like real salty. Like we went on, I think it was like 200 or 2 videos ago.
He's throwing you under the bus.
Yeah, so we were like, we went to a house, did a permission. He dug all day, didn't find a thing. He got a couple wheat pennies, and I think he found 1 nickel or something like that. But me and Dave kept pulling out. He pulled out a half, and then right on, and it was literally right where he passed already. So the $50 he found, and then it was a silver dime right underneath it too. So Sean missed that, so he was upset. And then
Threw my
he
shovel.
was on a hillside. I found a quarter, and he's like, "This is crap." So I literally, went back to the same part of the yard where Dave found the half, and Sean, I just kept following Sean, literally falling right behind him.
There it is.
That's my first silver for the year, too.
What was it?
Huh?
That was the Franklin.
The Franklin.
Yeah.
He was literally just walking past, and I decided, I'm like, "Oh, this sounds good." He goes, I'm like, "Sean, I heard it. I knew it sounded good." So I'm like, "Sean, listen to this real quick. You just passed over this. Tell me what you think." He goes, "Yeah, that sounds like a quarter." And I said, "Oh, we should dig it together. Let's go." So I dig it up, and I open it up, and it's another silver quarter. He throws his shovel.
That's when I threw the shovel.
It was like, it was the end of the day. He was so mad. So that was his one hunt where he didn't get any. He didn't get anything that day. So
Yeah, I was pouting.
We've all had that day where, I had that day where I didn't find nothing, and I went over and in the car and started eating because I wasn't finding nothing. Rich had the day when we were at the yard with the 2 dozen silvers. He found 1, and me and Sean found all of them.
Found the rest of them, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, well, I don't get a chance to dig because I've got to keep filming you guys digging all the silver up.
So basically, if I come out to dig with you guys, I've got to bring some sort of like protection, some headgear or something, and watch out for flying shovels and detectors.
Yeah. Well, no,
Keep on your toes.
We used to say, actually, when we first met Dave, he would always pull out, because he had the E-Track. Now, I like the E-Track. I couldn't get a brand new one because it's a nice machine. I actually couldn't believe that he went to the Equinox, but he likes it. So, it's working. But the E-Track, he knew exactly what numbers were. It was crazy. Like, he goes, "Oh, here's another Indian. Oh, here's this and that." Like, instantly before he even dug it. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy. But he was really, really good at it, and it was just amazing. And I had a lot to that story, and I totally lost track of what I was saying. And
It must have been things he was throwing at you.
We got to give her time to ask some more questions anyway. Huh?
Oh yeah.
No, you guys were showing some great finds. What do you have?
Oh yeah, I got okay. Here's everybody finds harmonica reeds, right? How about an actual clover harmonica?
Nice.
You know?
Yeah, you always find them in pieces.
Hold on, let me see if I can do that so everybody can see it up close.
It says clover.
Yeah, you can see the clover on it. See the detail of it.
Yeah, and then it actually had the wooden inside, but that kind of deteriorated once I got out of the ground. Another thing, I think one of my favorite relics is this two-horse carriage license.
Oh, look at
two on the top.
Mm-hmm.
And they would have put these like a license plate on all the carriages back in, and they all had their own unique number to them.
So is the bottom the year? Is that the
Yes.
year on it?
Yep.
That's nice.
Yep.
Very nice.
So that was cool.
It's not 2107.
Huh?
No, I know.
No, yeah.
No, the 19.
I'd say my favorite coin that I did dig was this cap bust quarter. And they told me that was a clip plant.
Oh, it's clipped on the bottom.
Yeah. Like they would have did that when they minted it. When they minted it, something would have got in there. And that's what happens.
That's interesting.
You know, like an air coin at the time.
What's the back look like on it? Is you have the solid detail on the back, or is it a little worn?
No, it's pretty worn, but that's the only cap bust I found, and I was happy with that. On the other coins, I got like seated half dime. That's the only.
Those are sweet. 1837.
Yeah. Seated quarter.
See, I'm going for seated this year. That's what I want. I want seated anything and everything.
We all do too, yet.
I already got mine for the 2021.
I'm going to showcase you. Yes, let's see this one. This is beautiful.
Yeah, there you go. I need to plug it in right away before it's
1877.
1877. And I think, didn't you guys say it was like 19 something when you first announced it? Or
yeah, Rich said 1977.
Yeah, I was laughing. So, question: have any of you found trimes?
No, that was one of my white wheels. One of my white wheels was a 2 cent coin, a flying eagle, and a trime would be.
Nice.
Some of my white wheels to find, yeah.
That was Charlie from Heritage Relic Hunters. He's in the eastern part of Pennsylvania. You guys are in the western part of Pennsylvania. I think he's got the trimes all over by him.
Yeah, we can't seem to find those, yeah. And then
on that last video, I got the flying eagle. That was pretty awesome. It was like always one of those ones. It was a white whale, but it never eluded me. I just never really was out long enough to really say I can try to find it. But that one was like I wanted to find one, but if I find, anyways, but yeah. So it ended up digging it up, and Dave a couple weeks before that had the equinox, and he was like telling me the numbers for a fatty Indian was like 15, 16. And we were in this yard that was so noisy. We don't know if there was a line underneath. And even with the equinox, it was so noisy. We couldn't break it for anything. We couldn't change anything to get it to stop. But I was reading over, and all of a sudden you hear this like 15, 16 number. And I go, And it was solid, and it was small, and it was like fighting through the chatter. So I decided to dig it. And it popped out, and I saw it was fat, and I go, "Oh, this is awesome!" So I started filming, and as I was cleaning it off, and I couldn't see an Indian at all. So, and I look, and I flipped it back over, and then I'm looking, and I go, "Oh my gosh, I think I was an Indian or a flying eagle." I was tickled pink. I didn't know what to say.
That's nice. Those are usually so worn too.
Yep.
Yeah, his is worn pretty
I
good.
do get a question in the chat.
Yeah,
there is a question from Addison. She wants to know, what is your favorite find? So
That's
she'll
my
be-
daughter, by the way.
I was gonna say yes. I saw a comment about Dad.
She should already know that one, huh?
Yeah, she should know my
Well,
favorite.
I don't know
Although
it, so let's
changes.
start with Sean. What's your favorite find?
Now, coin-wise, would be the seated quarter that I just found this year.
Mm-hmm.
And my second favorite find, I'd have to say, break my laptop at the same time.
Yeah, you got to show. Huh.
The Civil War bullet. I found this in a
Oh,
farm.
look at that.
I found it in a farm probably, a couple miles away from my house in western PA. So I'm not sure there was much Civil War activity up here. So I don't know if a soldier dropped it at one time coming back. And then I have a couple musket balls too.
How about
I
your Indian
love
thing? Did you
musket
show her
balls.
that?
What was it,
Did
Dave?
you show her the Indian hammer thing?
Oh yeah, the hammerhead,
Yeah,
Indian
so-
hammerhead.
Yeah, look at that. That is
Oh,
cool.
look at that.
It's all carved
Where did
out.
you find that?
That's
Laying
cool.
right, it was laying right on the surface in a cornfield.
And how did you know what it was?
I didn't really know when it was
did.
laying there.
It just looked different, huh?
It was laying like this. It was laying like this whenever I found it. I thought it was a stone. I'm like, well,
Oh
it
my
kind of looks.
gosh.
It kind of looks like a stone that doesn't look like any other stones around here, you know.
Mhm.
So I picked it up and I'm like, oh, there's a groove around it. I still didn't have any idea. Well, then I saw Rich, I think, the next day or something. He's like, do you know what
Yeah,
that
he had it
is?
in his find box.
Oh, yeah,
He
it was
had it
still
in
in my
his
find
find
box.
box.
Have you been able to date how far back that goes?
I had no
idea. Yeah.
no clue. But yeah,
That's
I-
amazing.
I just can imagine what what they used it for. So
yes,
That is. Let me hear. I'll go close so they can see the right there, all the way around it.
I didn't even need a metal detector to find it.
Nope.
That is like an awesome find. That
Yeah, I'll-
really is.
I'll probably
That is-
never
yeah.
find anything else older
Yeah.
than this.
Yep.
Love it. Absolutely love it. So what about you, Rich? What's your favorite find? Thinking.
I'll go with
Come on,
coin.
Red.
So like everyone asks that, and it's like such a
I know.
hard one because there's so many different categories like where you can
I
go
showed-
with that.
I
Like,
showed
what's
you
your
my coin,
favorite
yeah.
find? So, I mean, I guess my seated dime. It was a 1858S. It was key date.
Yeah.
It was it was pristine. It was beautiful. And then not even on that, I found 3 of them literally all in really great shape within 2 feet of each other.
Yeah.
That was an amazing find. That was my favorite find. I literally only have 1 left. I gave 2 away. So 1 to the homeowner and 1 to someone else. So and then yeah, I have 1. It's still, and then my favorite relic I would say is there's a park probably like 3 miles away from here. No activity or anything like that, but I found a 1830s artillery button.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Which-
that was-
Yeah.
It was unexpected and
that was-
it was awesome. It was really neat.
You
So-
found that other Civil War button too, do you?
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
huh.
or like a half block. Yeah, about a half block away from my house. I was
What letter
digging
was
and
that one?
Found what's that?
Oh,
What letter was on that one?
Oh, that was infantry. It was an infantry button.
Oh yeah.
So-
I know.
nice. Well done. So, Dave, you
Yeah,
showed
I
us your favorite?
Yeah, I showed you the coin. That was
Okay.
the cap buzz quarter. I found for ring.
Hold on. I'm still learning how to maneuver this around.
I found this.
Is that an
and,
actual emerald? Is
No,
that what it is?
I thought it was, but I had it. I took it to a jeweler and had it checked. So it's just a glass, you know. It's just a glass stone.
Beautiful.
But yeah, it's an older ring. It was in an 1800s house.
Well, the jeweler looked at it, goes, "Oh no, that's not real. I'll give you $100 for it." So then, he
Yeah, that's.
tried scamming him. It
I
probably
was gonna
is real,
say.
we don't know.
Are you kidding?
Some another relic. I always thought this was the Lone Ranger deputy badge.
That's a cool find.
Ain't that neat?
That is neat.
They all had their different number right here on it.
You know how sad that child must have been when they lost that?
Mhm.
Yeah, I know. Huh. Yeah, and I got some silver thimbles. Different
Those are
silver
beautiful.
thimbles. One's actually open at the top.
Oh, okay. So that's like a Taylor thimble, right?
Yeah,
Isn't
yeah,
it
yeah. That's the only one I ever found that actually had open at the top. Then the other one has the engraving at the bottom, and then
those are beautiful.
inside has a shield or whatever inside there. You know,
Oh, that's neat.
you can
That's
see
awesome.
a mark inside there for
Yeah.
you know, and then just some different. We all love skeleton
Keys.
keys. That's one thing that always gets me excited too. You
Skeleton
find some of
keys.
these and finding those, yes. You know,
I definitely agree with that.
I always get excited. We do, you know. You don't find many, but when you do, it's it's great.
Right. There was another question in the chat. It says, do you think that it's more beneficial to detect with a group or by yourself?
Oh, we were already talking about this too. Yeah,
Dave and I were already talking about that.
Definitely a group.
Yeah.
You know, like Sean said, if he was out and he would have found that seated quarter, he wouldn't have been doing the dance, and there wouldn't have been anybody around to share your excitement,
To celebrate with.
Yeah,
That's the whole thing. It is. It's
Ain't
that
it?
celebration because it's like you find something you want to show everybody that's around
Yeah.
you.
yeah.
Even if nobody goes
Yeah.
with you, you're like, who do I show? So I was like, if I would have found that seated quarter by myself, I'd have been like, wow, it's a seated quarter. And then tucked it in my pouch and kept going.
Try being out with like 28 people and find the Spanish silver.
Yes, that's what.
And
Yeah,
nobody
yeah.
around.
You're like
I know.
yelling for somebody.
Nobody around.
Oh, when they're there, they all pull out their cameras and they're all
Yeah.
they're all filming you at the same time. Yeah, if you don't have anybody to show it to, and you end up going out and take it to your wife, and then they like, oh, that's nice, right?
Unless it's the ring. Unless it's
Huh?
the ring.
Only if it fits their finger, right?
Yeah, that's true,
Yeah.
right?
You don't find too many rings, not like the guys at the beaches and stuff like that, you know.
No, I definitely digging with people is the best feeling. Just to share the excitement, share the day. It makes the day more exciting. I've gone out detecting quite a bit alone lately.
Yeah, we have too. We've done by ourselves, but it's not the same.
No,
If you guys ever go out with Nancy detecting, just have roller skates.
Have a what?
Roller skates, electric scooters, something. You
All
will
right.
Never, ever keep up with her. Ever.
All right.
Is she a wanderer too? You a wanderer?
I'm a
too?
wanderer. Are you a wanderer? Who's a wanderer?
I'm a wanderer. Ask them
Perfect.
guys. Huh? You put me in a field, I'd be in the other end. Yep.
That's right. Everyone has their own detecting style. It's
I
like
do not
some
stay
people.
in
Some
one place.
people like to grid. Some people like
Yeah.
to do lines, rows. I like to wander all over the place, see what I hit, and then go back to where those targets that I thought
Yeah.
were okay. This has had more targets here. I go all over the place.
I
It's
figure if everybody's hunting in the same spot, then nobody knows way over there could be a good spot. So I'm like the scout, you know.
Unless you find a seated in the ground, and then all of a sudden everyone comes over. So
Like I said, we're all
Yeah,
bottom
that's when
feeders.
everybody wants to
We're all
detect.
bottom feeders.
Yeah,
They
but
don't even put the plug back. We're already swinging around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I'm sure everybody
Exactly.
does that, right? Yeah.
So
Well,
it's
no,
funny. It's like I like gridding. Like if I'm doing a yard, I want to check every little bit of it because I want to
And you
go.
find everything.
You
Yeah,
can
you
miss
find
stuff.
it all.
But then Dave is a wanderer. It's sickening. It kills me because it's like I'm
It's
literally
great.
in a
Me.
line and I'm going, and he literally comes right in front of me and he goes, "Oh, I got a good toad here." I'm like, dude, I
remember, yeah.
no. See, I won't do that. I won't do that. I won't wander into somebody else's territory. I'll wander, but if I see you doing a row, I will go right past your row and not touch your row. But I will do the row next to you.
Yeah, I'll find something, and then there he is. There's Dave. He's like, he's
I like
he's
that.
Charlie says he called it orbiting.
I like that, Charlie.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Orbiting. We're orbiting.
orbiting Dave.
Then I got the problem,
like
like what Joe mentioned on another chat about going too fast. I do that too. And Joe always said that he wants to slow down this year and not swing as quick. I always have the tendency to walking too fast or swinging too quick.
So I'm watching the chat. I see there's gritters and there's orbiters and
Oh, really? Really?
backyard treasure says stay in your lane.
That's it.
Oh yeah, when we go to yards, it's funny because Rich will go, "This is my side here," and he'll make an imaginary line down the property yard, and if you cross that line, he will let you know.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
he goes, "This is your whole side," but he does the whole side, and then you think he's done, but if you come over, he's like, "No, I'm not done yet. You get out of my." And if you find something on your side, oh, heaven forbid, you find something on the side, yeah, you know.
I definitely want to hunt with you guys. I don't know how I'm going to make this work. I need to get to Pennsylvania to hunt with you guys.
Yeah, you
You're
won't
more
hear
than
the end
welcome.
of it. Yeah.
Oh, this will be hilarious. That will be a definitely great day.
Oh, we have good times. We never have a boring hunt, huh?
Nope.
We always have fun. When we're
No,
out
unless
hunting.
you're going by yourself, which
That's
you know.
Yeah. It gets a little boring
We
then.
have made a couple videos where we called it the Maj Podge or the mix and match or something like that because sometime right after work I can go out for like an hour, and I'll go and I'll do a little bit here because I'm itching to go out, so I'll go do something, or Dave will go and then Sean will go. But you can tell the difference in the videos because we're filming. It's the excitement's not as big.
Yeah,
when
your
you're filming
voice
by
just
yourself,
stays.
so.
Your voice stays right at the same level, and it's
Yeah, it's and plus
So-
like when you go out with a group, you're out. Like when I go, we're out for 8 to 10 hours.
I seen that one video where you were at the group with Steph and a bunch of other ones.
Oh yeah, the Connecticut hunt that we did, Joe
I
and
think
all
you
of
had-
us.
You had the Jersey History Hunters with you.
Yes.
And it's like, wow. I mean, that was a cool video. I loved that.
It was a great
These are
day.
all-
That was a
I
fabulous
know.
day, and that was
I
one of
know.
those things that Mike Mallyman24
Yeah.
he found an 18-karat gold ring.
Yeah.
And he was
Yeah.
he wasn't by himself. He had I think 2 people by him, and he was calling all of us on the phone. It's like,
yeah.
come see me. And we're like 20 minutes away in the woods. I was,
Really?
we're like a mile or so down the
You're like
in the
come
woods from
see you
him.
where you at?
And
huh?
he's like, get up here now. And we get up there, and he's like yelling at me, going like, what took you so long? I'm like a mile through the woods.
Like
But
he's
his
been seeing you the rest
excitement,
of the day,
he had the excitement, and he couldn't wait to
Oh,
pull
yeah.
it out of the ground, but he wanted
Yeah.
all of us there so we could
So
see
he
what it...
left. Yeah, he had to wait and leave it there for you. Yeah.
So he was,
Anticipation, huh?
he was that excited little boy. I want to pull this from the ground, and I can't do it until everybody's here.
We do that same thing with the silvers. Sean will be like, Rich will be like, he has to go and grab the point, and he hits his hand. He's like, wait till Dave gets there. Wait till Dave gets there.
I've done
he, wants
that
to
a
hurry
few
up.
times.
He wants to hurry up and film it. But we all want to be together to get the witness and see this.
He wants to pull it out of the
excitement.
plug before
Yeah.
you get there.
Yes.
Awesome
Yes.
times.
Rich don't like to wait.
Nah, I get excited.
He
I
does.
get ADD, so it's
Tell him about the FOMO. Everybody knows about FOMO, right?
it's
know
funny.
FOMO
It's
is, Nance?
you got the fear of missing out. Yeah,
Fear of
FOMO.
missing
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
So there's a lot of hunts where me and Sean would go on a hunt, and Dave couldn't go because he had to work, or there would be times that Sean couldn't go, so it'd be just me and Dave. Now those videos are just as good, but it's the best because we love literally sending pictures instantly.
Yes.
right
Yes.
to
When
the
you
other
find
guy.
something, you have to hurry up and send them the text message with the
Instantly.
picture to get them.
Or you
That's
get stock
hilarious.
video pictures, or you get stock pictures off like the internet and make it look like you found it just to make them really upset.
And,
Yeah, you do that.
And
too.
then-
Oh my gosh, that's mean.
and then the phone keeps ringing the whole time you're detecting. Then, 'cause,
Yeah.
you know, you got to stop detecting, and answer the phone for the other guys. Like, what'd you
No.
find out? Where you at? Yep.
Yeah,
Nobody needs
Yeah.
you till you start detecting.
It's true. No, I have my phone in my back pocket. It's just going buzz, 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 and I'm like, no, I haven't found anything yet. Stop
I know,
sending
I
me
know.
pictures.
Yeah, you want to turn your phone off so you don't get bothered. You know?
It's like, I want to be able to show you what I just found. Everyone's like, look at this. And I'm like, oh.
That's the reason we got metal detecting, so you're away from the phone.
Yeah, so nobody bothers you.
Not, you know? Yeah.
No, this is my crew that's detected me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
Because like we go into the woods and then we all just disperse throughout the woods, and it's like all of a sudden the phone will be going buzz, 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 and then I'll open it and there will be a button, and I'll open it, there's a bell, and I'm like,
oh, yeah.
They're the first ones to get the target, because it is, you get that little bit of competition, who's the first one that's going to find something good.
Yes.
You guys use hand signals.
No, we don't.
That's
No, we
something
just
never
yell.
did.
Oh.
We usually yell.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Rich always says, Sean does the little, Will you do like that?
Oh yeah, clear
Oh,
my
yeah,
throat
he clears
to do that.
He clears his throat real loud, and we know he got something.
You mean he's not whistling a tune?
No.
No. Well, the nice thing is
Or we
when we're
see him
doing all
over
these
here with his
yards-
camera filming, yeah.
When we're doing all these yards, it's a lot easier because we don't have to go and send signals, because you guys are a lot of times out in big fields.
Yeah, we're not
we're
far
still
away.
close by, so it's not as hard to scream silver,
Yes.
and make an announce. So
That's the
But-
thing. We yelled copper real loud.
Copper, yeah.
Copper.
Well, we don't get that
Do the
many.
signal, man.
What's
Yeah, well,
that thing?
I'd like to scream silver, but that doesn't always happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we've actually gone into overtime.
Oh,
I
boy, okay.
I completely lost track of the time. I was having
know.
such a great
I
time.
was too. I would have come, yeah.
I do know there's a lot of other streams that have just started around 8
Okay.
o'clock on
is there?
Facebook, and there's a podcast that goes on. So, I mean, anyone that needs to go to that, please do. We'll spend another 5 minutes wrapping this up, if you guys don't mind.
No, heck no.
I am having so much fun. You
I
guys
am
have been
too. I mean, too.
fabulous. I
The
hope
time
that...
went by so quick, and I'm sure you still didn't have enough finished questions or whatever, you know?
No, there's always tons of questions and never enough time.
That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we're overall we're extremely happy. We haven't done, this is our first live stream where we're doing something on someone else's live stream.
Well, thank you.
as
I'm
a
so
group.
glad that you were
I
here.
know. That's why I asked you.
Yeah, I mean, I popped in on someone's once, but it was, it was hit or miss. But, it's, we haven't advertised. We've literally done this with either good videos or content, and it's amazing. In the last month, I mean, the growth we had was just astronomical. I mean, something we just didn't expect.
You guys click. It shows in the videos. It shows the fun you have and the detecting that you have. You have a good time, and that's what metal detecting should be about. Finding the history and having fun together.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of fun because of that. So, I mean, we put a lot of work into editing and, trying to put out good content. And that's, I get, it's not, as much as people think it's easy, it's not. You can put out content, but it's not easy to put good content out. I mean, just, it's hard. It's you have to find the right stuff. You have to, even putting out bad stuff, it doesn't, as long as you are having fun, it doesn't matter what you find. So.
Oh, definitely. I'm so glad that you guys were able to be on tonight. And once again, I apologize for last week and the technical difficulties that I had.
Yeah.
I mean, you're more than welcome to come back anytime.
Oh,
I'm also always looking for a co-host, so you guys can come on as a co-host one time if you want. I'm sure the Copperheads would love to have you guys on too.
I would go on. Definitely,
Absolutely.
yeah. I know.
We'll get you making the rounds here. So seriously, everybody, if you've looked in the chat, the link, there's been a few of the mods have been posting their link to their page.
Okay.
Please take a moment and check them out. Follow, subscribe to them, check out their videos, leave some comments.
Come on, join the Facebook group, yeah.
Yes, join the Facebook group. Do you guys, do you each have your own Instagram pages, or as just no individual Instagram pages?
No, we don't have any Instagram.
No,
I was going to say, because I couldn't find one either.
We're all old guys. We're all old guys, so we don't really get into the whole tech part. Facebook was a stretch.
Yeah.
So,
No, you're the perfect age. Our bodies are old, but our mindset's young. Okay, we can dig for another 30 years, guys. Right?
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
correct.
Right.
Even if we have a walker, right? Yeah. I know. Yep.
No, seriously, make sure you check out, guys, their Facebook page. The link has been posted into the Relic Hunters Nation. They also have their own Facebook page of the PA Gorilla Hunters. You guys also have a line of clothing,
Yep,
your
yep.
accessories at
Yep.
PARelichuntersgear.com. Check that out. These shirts are awesome. I'm looking at the sweatshirt. I'm loving the sweatshirt there.
And there's other
Mine's
different
dark,
designs
but
too.
I do have
Oh,
one. So.
I like the darker color one because I get
Yeah.
stains on it. The darker color is better
Yeah,
for me.
yeah. White's not good to wear in detecting, and we always wear white T-shirts.
I wear the white
Right?
so everybody can see me.
And they're always
Yeah.
dirty by the time you're done. Yeah.
All right,
Cool.
guys, if you stay on
Yeah.
for a few minutes, I'm just going to say the goodbyes, and then
Okay.
this live stream will kick off, and it will be live just ourselves, so I can say my goodbyes to you.
Okay.
So
that's
hold
fine.
on, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Um,
Hey, guys.
Couple of things, guys. There is one thing I want to do just to let you know. Ohio River History at
we
9
like
o'clock. At 9 o'clock tonight, he is
Yeah.
doing his giveaway winner
Oh.
from his 500 sub. I'm gonna post that link right there. Make sure you pop over at 9 o'clock to Ohio River History Hunter to see if you're the lucky winner of his 500 giveaway. The other thing is, once again, Jason, happy birthday to you. I hope you had a really
Happy
great
birthday.
birthday. And don't forget, we are going to be doing the 24 hours of nonstop live streaming. That starts March 5th at 5:30 at night. We'll be kicking it off. It's going to go straight for 24 hours plus. We've actually going over the 24 hours. We are going to be back-to-back stations, channels, YouTube channels, nonstop. If any of the channels that are participating, if you need to get a schedule, contact Paul at American Woodland Relics. He's printed up the schedules. That way you can kind of see who's next after you or who's coming before you. You're going to see a lot more over this past week. Everyone's going to be making their own little videos and promoting it. My show next week will be an open chat show, so I'm welcoming people to come along, jump on the stream and talk. We might have a few giveaways, and we're definitely going to be talking about the 24-hour stream. We really want to get that going. So I am so glad that you guys joined me tonight. Thank you very much, Sean, Rich, and Dave. Everybody,
Thank you.
please show them some love and support and check them
Yeah.
out.
Huh.
Don't forget Copperheads Wednesday night.
See you
That's
guys.
right. In the meantime, have a great week, guys. Tomorrow night, 5:30, Digging with Deej is live. Jersey History Hunters has been canceled for next week. Wednesday is the Copperheads. So make sure
Yay.
you'll see them this week.
We'll watch out. Yeah.
Have a great week, guys, and I'll see you next week at Digging
everybody.
Life. Take care.
See ya.
Peace out, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Bye.